Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to be looking at some of the options that you should buy your 335i with. Now, this is going to be more specific for the F30 chassis, but it can be useful to looking into other year model BMW 3 Series also. So what we have here is the 2015 BMW 335i X, X standing for the X-Drive. And then let's jump into some of the options that I preferred when I was buying it, and I'm so glad that I did buy it with, and I think you should look out for too. Starting from the exterior, the first option to look out for is these M Sport bumpers. I think these are the must. If you look at the regular bumpers, they look a little bit softer, and I think especially if you are looking into these cars as a sports car, these are a must. These are part of the aerodynamic kit, which is a part of the M Sport package, and I think I wouldn't get the BMW 3 Series without this package. What this is, this aerodynamic kit, is that this aggressive bumper in the front, and also the slightly lower side skirts. And if you come to the back, it has these a little bit more aggressive the rear bumper. Now, moving on to the second thing on the exterior is the wheels, right? This is also a part of the M Sport package, and these I believe are just a smaller size than the M3 wheels, but they are the same style, I believe. And it's also a must unless you are planning to purchase this vehicle and then put an aftermarket wheel right away. That's a different scenario, but if you want to just buy it and drive it the way it is for a while, I think I do prefer getting with these wheels. Now, this one is equipped with the M brakes with the blue calipers. It's your preference, but I do like the brakes. They do stop. They do have a good stopping power, and they don't fade as much. Now, one thing to mention is that when you do get the M Sport package, you can also spec it with the lower suspension. This one does not have the lower suspension, and that's thanks to this X-Drive option. The X-Drive, the all-wheel drive version of this car, does not come with a lower suspension. However, this particular car is equipped with the dynamic handling package, which comes with the adaptive suspension. And that adaptive suspension, it just does wonders. I think I don't really care much for it before I bought it, but once I have it now and I'm driving with it, it just does wonders. And what it does is that in a comfort mode, it's really floaty, more like a Cadillac DeVille type of ride. But once you put on the Sport or Sport Plus, it stiffens up the suspension, and you can tell the difference right away. And I usually drive it just on Sport just because of the suspension. So that's pretty much it for the exterior. Now let's hop on inside and then show some of the interior options that you need to look out for. The first must-have are the seats. The sports seats are so comfortable, but also hold you in place so tight that it's just a must-have option. I did drive the one without the seats before I bought this car, and I was just sliding around. It was comfortable, but I was just sliding around too much every time I turned. And when I drove this one, especially with the adjustable bolsters, the upper ones are adjustable, you just tighten up. I was just right in place, and it also comfortable for being a sports seats. So it's a must-have, and test drive it and see for yourself. So now let me get into this. Another option is also a must-have are these M Sport steering wheels. I think they are one of the best options you can option your BMW 3 Series with. Obviously, if you're looking at the used market, you usually have it or you don't, right? So, but still, they're so much thicker, and if you want to look at these cars as a sports car instead of a luxury car, I think you gotta have these wheels. Now, you can upgrade them with the aftermarket M if you don't get it with these wheels, but then it's just going to cost thousands of dollars. So you might as well just spend the extra money and just find the 3 Series with these wheels already on it. Let's mention this sports knob too. And yes, this is a manual transmission BMW 3 Series, and I think that's the most important option that you should get it with. But these days they are pretty rare and it's hard to find, so I understand if people just can't find them and you have to settle down with an automatic. But if you do find one with a manual, just jump on it and get it. So that being said, this M Sport shifter, it's not that expensive, so you can replace it aftermarket easily, but if you can get one with it, so why not? Another performance spec that I want to mention is the different driving modes. If you do get the regular 3 Series, you can only go up to sport, right? The sport. And also in sport, if you get the regular one with that dynamic handling package, then your suspension stays the same, and I think your steering also stays the same. It's not going to be more weight. However, if you do get that dynamic handling package, you do get the adaptive suspension. In sport mode, you do get a tighter suspension, and also a lot more heavier feel on the steering itself, plus the throttle response. But I think the throttle response changes just on the regular one too. You also got this Sport Plus, but I think that's more if you're trying to track the car and you want more control over the car versus the traction just weighing in. Now let me mention the number one option that I would not buy this car if it didn't come with is the manual transmission. Okay, it makes this car so much more fun than the automatic at any speed, right? I don't have to go fast, or I don't have to carve corners with doing 60 miles an hour. I can do any speed and just shift through the gears and just love and enjoy the car at any time of the day. And without it, I would not get it. Now obviously, if this is your daily driver and you sit in traffic for hours a day, then this is not the greatest option for you. But if it's not the case for you, like I don't sit in much traffic with this car, this is always going to be the number one option for me. So I hope that this video did clear up some of the things and helped with your decision-making process when buying a BMW 3 Series. These are incredible cars, and if you can find one, especially with a manual transmission, you should just jump on it and buy it. And especially considering the fact that with just small modifications, you can make so much more power and then make it sound louder and all that stuff. It's an incredible, I think, and they're also there right now at they're probably the lowest point when it comes to prices. Not the manual transmission, they're hard to find, but if you can't find one, just go ahead and buy it. And I think, especially compared to the newer 3 Series, I think these look beautiful. Those new 3 Series just look ugly, and I don't think I'm gonna buy that. I think I'm gonna skip that one and then go to the next generation probably when I'm buying it as a BMW. So, all right, well, with that being said, you all have a good time, and then enjoy your 3 Series when you buy it.